This is the jewel in the crown of Rio Tinto's Australian operations. 163 million tonnes of iron ore is mined each year in the Pilbara region of Western Australia. Much of it ends up in China, but falling metal prices have turned the boom to bust. And mining companies are now relying on Chinese capital to see them through the credit crisis.
Chinese company Chinalco wants to buy control of Rio Tinto, while another Chinese company, Minmetals, wants to own Oz Minerals. Both Chinese companies are owned and controlled by the Chinese government. The Australian government would never be allowed to buy a mine in China. So why would we allow the Chinese government to buy and control a key strategic asset in our country?
Conservative Australian Senator Barnaby Joyce fears state-owned Chinese companies will use their stake in Australian mining to manipulate global metal prices and harm Australia's export earnings.
At the end of the day, there becomes a divestiture between the Australian people, who are a multicultural nation, and the ownership of their minerals, which has been the reason that we have attained wealth. Now, if you divest the Australian people from the ownership of the mineral base, then what we become is servants in our own country.
Those suspicions could influence a harder line against billions of dollars of Chinese investment. But telling China it's not welcome could be a bad call as the People's Republic increases its importance in global capital markets.
It's in the interest of investment destinations like Australia, North America and Europe and elsewhere in the world actually to encourage the participation of state-owned enterprises from China as they change their character in open market processes.
The success of the deal hinges on Australian government approval. It recently gave the nod to a Chinese company taking a stake in West Australian miner Fortescue, but it rejected a bid for Oz Minerals on grounds of national security. It said that one of the mines was too close to a sensitive military area.
It's a diplomatic tightrope for Australia's Mandarin-speaking Prime Minister Kevin Rudd, who is fighting perceptions he's too close to Beijing. Rudd is under fire for hosting Communist Party propaganda chief Li Changchun at his official residence without informing local media. The visit only came to light after state television in China broadcast images of the meeting. And it's been claimed Chinese security agents may have tried to infiltrate his mobile phone and email during the Olympics.
On the particular matter that you raise, which goes to the Beijing Olympics, I am not advised that we have any such advice from the Australian security authorities.
If the relationship with China turned sour, it would be a big hole for Australia to dig its way out of. Aela, Callan, Jazeera, Canberra, Australia.